the hardest things for me about moving from Nebraska, where I grew up, to LA, is I never get to see my beloved Cornhuskers play. I've been figuring out ways to manipulate scheduling and get time off to go to Husker games. Then it came to me. I work for Current. I can watch my Cornhuskers play and make a pot at the same time, suckers. Next stop, Austin, Texas. The University of Nebraska Cornhuskers up against the University of Texas Longhorns. As a Cornhuskers fan, you know when your trip starts off with a bang is when you're given a red car rental. Look at the car, man! Look at the car, it's red! And in case you don't know this already, the Nebraska Cornhuskers are known as Big Red. Go Big Red. Here in Texas, football isn't just a game, it's a religion. A lot of traditions here at the University of Texas. Longhorns know their sports, a slew of national championships in just about every sport, including football. Some big boys. So we got our work cut out for us. But Husker fans are every bit as rabid as Longhorn fans. Huskers have the largest fan base in college football. In fact, for this game, Cornhusker fans from all over the country have gathered in support of their team. So we went to the North Texans for Nebraska Football Society pep rally, and I finally felt at home. Go Big Red!
Go Big Red! Win or lose, we still booze.
That's exactly it.
And we're having a great time.
Then I got to dance with this girl named Miranda. She was hotter than a new set of steak knives, and she was from Nebraska. And they danced and danced. It's kind of embarrassing, too, because, look, if you can see, no one else is dancing. And speaking of hot, let's be honest, the most beautiful girls in the world are grown in Nebraska. Well, you don't actually grow chicks. I mean, there's not like a chick seed you can plant. Never mind. Meet the University of Nebraska cheer squad. Look at them. They're so pretty.
Let's go, Huskers!
Are you blind? Look.
Let's go, Huskers!
Let's try, let's go, Brian.
Let's go, Brian! Let's go, Brian!
Okay, that wasn't that great. I gotta be honest with you. Let's try it up. Let's change it up. Let's go, Brian McFayden. They were kind enough to play with the McFadester. Did I just refer to myself in third person? Yeah! Did I just say McFadester? What a tool.
Little Nebraska, you!
The University of Texas Athletic Office, I believe, hated us. We asked for the cheerleaders, and they gave us a bull with no testicles. Bevo is the 14th mascot that Texas has had, is a docile longhorn that basically represents the state of Texas. So all Texans have no balls.
I hope not.
Bevo, Bevo, Bevo.
Yeah, that didn't work. He didn't want any of the big red power. Or maybe it's because he didn't have any balls. See this guy right here? Nebraska has two mascots, one being Herbie Husker, and then we have this little guy. His name is Little Red. It's cool, just watch him. He like does weird things with his nose and jumps up and down, and we laughed, we hugged, we fist bumped, we chest bumped. That was awkward. I wasn't much of a fan of Little Red, but when I got to meet him, he was all fun and games, and he was my little guy. He was my little buddy. Come this way, buddy. Come this way. Come on. Come closer. Come on. Something happened that day, and I will never be the same again. I got to meet an icon, a legend, the greatest coach of all coaches, the greatest man of all men, Coach Dr. Tom Osborne. The winningest coach in all of college football. All right, well, he wasn't the winningest coach, but the man had 255 wins and 3 national championships. Try to top that, people. Can I have a hug?
Oh, sure, yeah.
I'm a loss for words right now. My whole life I've been wanting to meet that man. And I finally have. I've watched Rudy 1,000,000 times and cried every time. I cried more tears this weekend than that movie. Does that make sense?
It's been a long road that brought us to this day.
Not only did I put my arms around Tom Osborne, but he put his arms around me, and he smiled. This was probably one of the greatest hugs of my life. There's nothing wrong with hugging people. Hugs are what makes Nebraskans so lovable. We're all about hugs, man. Oh yeah, and man hugs too. We like to give out mine. I love to hug people. I don't care what you are. If there was like teams to have for huggers, we would be called the Nebraska Huggers. I would be a national champion. Shut up, Brian.
Good afternoon, college football fans. It's College Football Saturday, where the University of Nebraska Cornhuskers come to town to take on the University of Texas Longhorns.
So what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna try to buddy up with some of the Nebraska fans, maybe some Texan fans, to get a little bit of food. Tailgating is a big part of college football. As you can see, the enemy actually hangs out, eats with the enemy. See this guy right here? He loved being a part of Texas, and he wanted to prove it too. He told me that Texans were good at everything, including drinking. but I had to show this little punk up and kick his ass in a beer drinking contest. Man, I had to pee so bad I could taste it. That's a bad visual. Are you guys waiting?
They're private, buddy. Sorry.
Who has a private outhouse?
I was wearing a burnt orange shirt or whatever. I'll be able to pee in there.
You know, not all Texans were bad. Carlos, now he was my favorite. He made me a Texas hot dog. The guy could cook. Thanks, buddy. This was probably my favorite tailgate to go to. It had a bunch of weirdos in funny paint. Cougars that like to take my picture. A lot of Nebraska fans there.
Go Big Red!
Sort of.
Go Big Red!
All right, really, I think there was like 4 of us there.
We're gonna need security as we walk out.
A slew of national championships between the storied programs, and the winner will have bragging rights in the Big 12. Every man, woman, and child from Madison, Texas to Norfolk, Nebraska will be glued to their TV sets if they aren't already in the great city of Austin, Texas.
85,000 strong, clad in burnt orange and a little bit of Husker red. Hopefully, will prevail. Doubt it.
And we lost. See that right there? That's the clock tower. After every win, they light that up in burnt orange so you can reflect on how much your team sucks. And we suck. A few things I learned about the state of Texas. 1, it's bigger than most states. 2, they say y'all a lot. I mean, almost a lot. Every time you say hi to them, they're like, hey, y'all. And I could be like the only person there. And now know, believe in my heart, there's no place like Nebraska. Y'all.